Okay, ladies and gents, we live. Welcome to another Asian robot video. Today, I'm just gonna explain a little something about your Dauntless UI. Also, I've put on some nice underwater ambiance so you can all have a relaxing time. Look at these random people. Okay, basically, what the question I was asked was that people wanted to understand better about the Dauntless UI and how it works. Like, what are the meters on the upper left-hand side of the screen, things like that. Now, if you want that information, I'm going to show you where to find it because I don't know if maybe a lot of people don't know this, but if you just go to your options, there's something called a move list. You might have seen it in some of my tutorial videos, or if you look at any of my tutorial videos, you just go here. Under your basic moves, it'll usually tell you what the fuck the indicator is. In the case of strikers, it's a mantra meter. Okay. In the case of the axe, shifting over, yeah? Same place. Move list. Special meter. Axe, now this one's obscured. Axe builds special meter by using charge attacks, throw attacks. Like, you know, and you build determination by doing that, whatever shenanigans. Oh, excuse me. Early in the morning. Anyway, basically, that's how you figure out what your special meter is regardless of weapon. Let's go to the hammer. Okay? So, same thing. Move list. Reload. Oh, sorry, this is not inline reload. Oh, well, some of them don't actually tell you. What the fuck? This one really doesn't tell you, huh? Okay. Well, that's great. Alright, guess I could go through them all. Okay, sorry, was not expecting that. Well, fine. Depending on the weapon you use, let me just go to a weapon that I can afford to change around. Okay, so with the aid of the strikers, right, on the upper left-hand corner, what you've got is something called a mantra meter. So if you're looking at it right here, it's this thing here. This mantra meter will basically increase based on your combos. If you look at my Aid the Striker tutorial, you might get more information there. Okay? Basically, that's how you pull off your techniques and combos. Okay? For the axe, all right, let's just put in a random. Well, let's go in order. For the repeaters, all right, what you will get is that there's no meter, but when you reload close to a behemoth, you get this blue line. That's your empowered reload. Okay, does this one have a description? No, it doesn't actually tell you what the bar is for. Wow, great. Okay, fantastic work, Dauntless. Yeah, so that's just your empowered meter. For as long as you are empowered, you deal additional damage per shot. You see that? It's about 300 something. Watch what happens if I... Okay, this is what happens if I reload close to the behemoth. If I reload away from the behemoth, once the meter's gone, my shots will deal less damage. You ready? Bang, bang, bang. Now only dealing about 100 per shot. Okay? Understand that so far? Cool. Coolio. Let's switch over to the Pike. Okay, with the Pike, this bar up here shows the different levels. Okay, the dividers are the different levels at which your bullet will have a different rating. Okay, let me show you. You fill it up by using either harvest attacks. Light attacks fill it up as well, but slower. Alright, so if you use your heavy attacks, you fill it up faster. If you press your Q when the bar is like super full, you get a super ammo shot. Now, if the bar is halfway, okay, let's just wait for it to drop down past here, right? It fills up as a 2p. Do you get that? It's like 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that determines the quality of your ammunition, and the quality of your ammunition determines how awesome your attacks are. Okay, like you follow that, right? Okay, coolio. Next, chain blades. In the case of the chain blades, right, you start out with a full meter. This is your special bar. you load up your special bar. Every time you load your special bar, okay, every time it fills up, okay, it'll give you a dot. This dot is used to pull off your Reaper's Dance. So like if you jump back, that costs a dot. The attack doesn't cost anything, by the way. Okay? But just to understand it better, for the chain blades, pulling yourself in or pushing yourself off with your Q, that costs a dot. Okay, so you have to continuously attack in between your push-offs in order to use your dots, fill up your dots, this kind of thing. Okay? And then you use that to get your specials going. Okay? Makes sense? Cool. For the hammer, what you have is ammunition. You use it to prime your attacks, meaning they deal additional damage, okay? You see that? A primed attack does like 600, okay? Non-primed attack does about half that, 381. Okay, you follow? Cool. So that's all it is. And then you load up with the hammer. You load up with your Q to reload your stuff. Okay? So that's how that's what the hammer's bar shows. The axe has this determination bar, alright? So your Q is obviously a throw or whatever your axe throw is. If you charge your attack, you will fill up the bar when you attack things, okay? Like that. If you attack without charging, notice that the bar does not fill up. Okay? That's just how it works. Now, when the bar is full, and you use your Q ability, you gain more determination. Okay? For the sword. Last but not least, the sword. The sword gains special meter as you slash your attack, but only the last attack in the combo gives you special meter. Watch this. 1, 2, nothing. 1, 2, 3. The third attack. So you could whiff 2 attacks and then hit your third and you still get special meter. Did you see that? Whiffing 2 and hitting your third would still give you special meter. Sorry, this is a bit hard to do, because I have to be like face a weird direction. It's I think the first time you kind of saw it, but even if you whiff 2, or you only hit your second and third, you still get special meter. You get it? So all that matters is the last hit. And when the bar is full, all right, you go into your special mode, which lets you deal additional damage and also attack faster. Now, what about the little bar down the bottom? That's your Valor Combo. Okay, your Valor combos consume, like, for example, if you use this Valor attack, it will consume your Valor bar. How do you gain Valor? Your normal combos, like light, 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 will give you 1 Valor. Heavy, heavy, heavy gives you 2 Valor. Okay, so it's up to you to consume Valor. Valor attacks also increase your special bar, so there. 2 Valor points for that heavy, heavy, heavy combo. Light, light, light gives you 1 Valor point. Okay? Light, 1 Valor point. Okay? Makes sense, yeah? Light, 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 1 Valor point. Heavy, 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 2 Valor points. Okay? Simple. That's how the sword works. Okay, that explains every single special bar. Now, people have also asked me about buffs. What do these buffs do? Help me out here. Okay. Best way that I can explain it is you need to know what your combos are. Okay? For example, this build has +3 Berserker. Each time I attack, I know that I'll get 1 stack of Berserker that stacks up to 10 times. So how do you figure out what certain things do, what certain buffs do? I also have Sturdy +6, prevents you from being staggered on a 5-second cooldown. So one of these shields must be sturdy. That means if I take a hit from Behemoth, and you'll see it, I can't show it in the training grounds, but one of them will disappear. And when that disappears, it means that I'm no longer immune to stagger. That's how these buff icons work. Is there any explanation anywhere for this? No. So how do you figure out what buffs are which? Go to training grounds, know what your armor does, and then you see as I attack, right? I see that, you see this little thing stacking up here? That was 3 attacks, right? That must be my Berserker. So 1, 2, 3, Berserker. 1, 2, 3, Berserker. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes to 10 and stays there. That must be Berserker. Now, how do you determine about pulse? Maybe. Let's add pulse in. Okay, add pulse. If the sniffing bothers anyone, sorry, allergies. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I have Berserker, and I have this new heart-like icon that's not going away. That must be pulse. Why? Every 5th hit is a guaranteed critical strike. So I've got 3 hits, so that means if I do 1, my next hit must be guaranteed critical, right? 5. It is a guaranteed critical. So therefore I know that is pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this must, one of these icons must be the guaranteed critical. One is, the previous one is the pulse, so it's showing me that's guaranteed critical. I don't know why they need 2 icons, but you know, I don't question it. I just know that the next hit's guaranteed, so bada bing, bada boom. Okay? That's how you determine what the buff icons are. I wish I could go through the game and show you what every single buff icon is, but that would be impossible. Alright, because some I'd have to show in real combat, and that's also not informative for you to need to know that. So rather, use your brain, go to your armor. Okay, so for example, let's say I know my Skarn's Lantern will give me shield buffs, right? So if I activate my Lantern now, does it have any icon? No, but I'm gaining shields, so that's fine. What about if I activate my special? Test it one by one, you know, as you go. No icon. The only icon is the combat buffs, so basically as I gain pulse and whatever not. You see that? What about if I use my legendary? Is there any icon there? Nope. So a lot of things don't have icons. But what if I use my Iceborne special? See that? This must be the Iceborne special. Why? Because if you go to your inventory, it says it gives you, grants 10% lifesteal for 8 seconds and and prevents you from being staggered during that time. So that must mean that when I throw my Iceborne and I get that little gray icon, that must be the stagger immunity and the lifesteal. Okay? And it's ticking down in terms of time. You see that? Well, hopefully you saw that earlier. That is just basically how I learned about what, like how these buffs work and what buffs are which. So in order to understand the UI, I've already gone through all the different specials. To understand the rest of the UI, you just need to know what your armor does. So pulse, you know that every 5th hit is going to be a critical strike. So you see it ticking up, that must be your pulse indicator. What about Berserker? You know that every hit will create a stack and it stacks 10 times. So that must be your Berserker. Sturdy gives you that shield, so that must be sturdy. And later on you might see, like, if you take whack and then you see an icon appear and then it's like slowly ticking down for 15 seconds, that must be your rage. You get it? And when you get whacked and then you see something there that's 20% of the damage is delayed, and when it's ticking down for that 10 seconds and you've got lifesteal, then that must be your parasitic. Okay? It's simple. It's like, okay, I wouldn't say it's intuitive because a lot of people have trouble with it, but it just, I mean, as you get experience with the game, you sort of realize that this is your buffs, this is your special bar, and you learn what they mean over time. As long as you know what your armor does, you'll never go wrong. Like, you will eventually learn to just peek here and be like, okay, I know what's going on roughly. Okay, so I hope this little video helps you out. I hope it helps people out who didn't understand the UI before. And thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Alright, if you feel like it, you want to keep my content running, you can drop a tip via the link in the description of the video. Thank you so much to everybody who came to the stream yesterday and helped me to fix my air conditioning. So that'll be happening on Wednesday. Now, if you want to help me live, eat, whatever, you can still drop a tip, alright? It's very much appreciated. It keeps the content running since I don't get paid from any other means other than YouTube ads. You can also give a super thanks on YouTube if you want to. It'll get your comment highlighted and I get some additional revenue from that. Last but not least, let's move over to the thank you scene. These are August's top tippers. Thank you to Bravo7910, Idget751, Breachinator, Gusumarish, Reese, Mark 4, Lewis Grave, FNX Killer, Arshalis, Guardzi, Limitsuki PC, and Zabi Uzumaki. I appreciate you all, and I will catch you all on the next one.